Good morning. I'm still reporting on the Clintons. Hillary Clinton has failed to appear at a series of fundraisers in California this week, sending Bill Clinton in her stead. The campaign claims that her pneumonia has kicked up again. However, questions are being raised about the credibility of some of the statements that have been made by Clinton's longtime physician, Lisa Bardack. According to a physician who is President Obama's second cousin once removed, Dr. Milton R. Wolfe, a board-certified radiologist from Kansas, Hillary's doctor just claimed Hillary had a perfect score on a test that does not exist. On September 14th, Dr. Bardack wrote that a non-contrast chest CT scan, including a CTA calcium score, was performed. But according to Dr. Wolfe, again, a board-certified radiologist, a CTA or CT or CAT scan angiogram, it always requires contrast, always. It cannot be included in a non-contrast CT scan. Dr. Bardack, who is an internist, not a radiologist, but she is chair of internal medicine at Caremount Medical in New York and a diplomat of the American Board of Internal Medicine. So she should know the difference. Dr. Wolfe continued in another tweet. So Hillary's doctor, who says hashtag Hillary's health is excellent, just claimed Hillary had an imaging study that does not exist. Oops. Most people do not buy Dr. Bardack's assertion that Clinton is in excellent health. So what is going on with Hillary that is causing her to miss so many critical campaign events? Dr. Ted Noel, a retired MD, believes Clinton has Parkinson's disease. Over the past week, he has discussed his conclusions with Chicago reporter Gary Franchi.
And what you see with Hillary is what's called a lateral strabismus. That is, her left eye wanders off to the lateral side, and it's just sitting there passively. And she does this several times during this particular scene. The one at Temple University on the 19th of September is even more interesting, because what would happen is that as she would look, for example, her right eye goes over to look at something on the right, you see, instead of the left eye tracking it nicely, what happens is the right eye comes over and the left eye goes overshoot and then comes back and comes in. When the right eye goes over left, the left eye comes overshoot and back in. This is called a loss of vergence.
What's the meaning of these eye movement abnormalities? Dr. Noel says they indicate some sort of degenerative problems with Clinton's brain function.
The control of eye movement comes through the third, fourth, and sixth cranial nerves. These are not spinal nerves. They come directly from the brain to the eye. That means that this is a control issue in the brain. You can't make it into anything else. Now, whether it's due to post-concussion syndrome, one doctor I was speaking with yesterday suggested that the post-concussion syndrome is more likely for that lateral strabismus, but it could actually be both. And the control issues, because they've come up very recently, say two things. One, as I said, this is something in her brain. Two, it's something that's getting worse recently. It's unavoidable. What is it? Parkinson's can do it. If we look at the literature, there's lots of discussion of eye movement abnormalities in Parkinson's, and these eye movement abnormalities are part of what gets discussed.
So the question is, will Clinton show up at the first debate this coming Monday night, September 26th? Dr. Noel thinks it would be very troublesome for her campaign if she has one of these eye incidents while on camera.
If she gets in the debate and we see this kind of eye movement, because people are looking directly at her face when she's talking, there's not going to be any way to hide it. And if this comes during the debate, it's going to be a big part of all the coverage that comes right afterwards, or a network that won't look at it is going to get real problems from its viewers, because they're going to say, what was this?
One more thing. In Still Report 1102 back on August 8th, we said that it looked like Hillary's handler, this guy, had a diazepam pen at the ready to inject Hillary should she have a seizure. But why would this guy be so careless as to actually have it out where people could see it if there was no immediate threat of her falling to the ground? You see her walking along with her husband, Bill, hand in hand. That was the best theory we could come up with at the time, but now we have one that makes much more sense.
Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Brad,
Bob.
today we're going to talk about 3 tips to help someone with Parkinson's when they have those freezing episodes.
Right. So
You know,
that one foot sticking to the floor.
Yeah, it's like they're exactly right. Like their feet are stuck to the floor. They
Right.
can't move them. They can try to step over an imaginary line.
Right. You could use like a laser here.
Yep, he's got a laser pointer. I don't know if you can see that, Lonnie. There's the dot. That works out really nice because the idea is you can actually tell him to step on it, Brad. So you can keep it stationary. Try to step on that pointer.
And there's no trip hazard. It's not
Yeah.
like stepping on your foot or putting a cane down or something of that nature.
Look at the handler. He's on the left, the same guy. He's got a white laser this time. They probably have a bunch of different colors for depending on the situation. The white laser is in his hand, pointing the way to get out of the convention hall. So there it is. This device is a laser pointer to keep Hillary Clinton moving during a Parkinson's-induced freeze-up so that no one can figure out that she actually has Parkinson's disease. Notice that the handler is walking alongside the Clintons and he's looking down at the floor in front of them. I'm still reporting from Washington. Good day.